Hey, I'm Chris Robnick at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rizerfall to talk about some Beasties Boomers for Friday, June 3rd. Stick around and we're going to get into the Study Hub and the Stacks tool. Just a reminder, when you get to the website, use promo code Beastie. You'll get $10 off your first month of premium services, and that way you can play along at home, screen to screen, as I'm moving here. When we talk about baseball today, there are 15 games all day. That one locks at 2:20 p.m. Eastern, and then the main slate, which I'm focused on, is at 12. It's 12 games. At 7:05. We do have a hockey game. The Rangers are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning as the Eastern Conference Finals start to take shape here. But let's talk about baseball, shall we? Let's bring in the Study Hub. Let's bring in the Stacks tool. And we are back. Thanks for being here once again. I'm Chris. We know the deal, Detroit Beastie. I want to talk about Minnesota playing in Toronto tonight, as you can see. This one is a 7:07 start in Toronto. Minnesota comes to town. Opposing pitcher is right-handed guy Chichi Gonzalez. Doesn't instill a lot of confidence, in a pitching staff against such a red-hot team like the Toronto Blue Jays. As it stands right now, Toronto's 29-20 following a 7-3 victory over the White Sox on Wednesday. Vlad Guerrero did his thing. 2-run bomb. Danny Jansen, he's been a nice little pickup in catcher circles, however you want to put it. But I want to talk about Bo Bichette. We're going to skip the leadoff batter because as it stands right now, George Springer, as you can see right here, it's just beautiful. It's A&A, but he didn't play the last time out. He was something on an illness. It wasn't COVID related. He's day-to-day now. If you go on some of the DFS websites, he is projected first overall, but that's just low-hanging fruit. That's too good to be true. And as you can see here on DraftKings, A and an A is price tag. Let me scroll back over here. You can see he's 4-8 on DraftKings. So if George Springer is in, that's all well and good. But the last few videos have given you 4, and he's actually 5, sometimes 6 players, just in case as we mix this thing out. So first overall, if you want to stack Toronto, we'll use George Springer. Just make sure he's in the lineup. And as we scroll over here, none of the Toronto batters have faced Chichi Gonzalez. Maybe a little bit of Byron Buxton or Jorge Polanco, but that's because they faced the Toronto pitcher here. So when we talk about the Blue Jays, let's go down the list to Vlad Guerrero. I mean, that is what can we do about Vlad that isn't already, or what can I say about Vlad that isn't already done? And let me find the game here. And we'll click it and we'll roll. When we look at Vlad Guerrero, see the 4 highlighted green players here: Springer, Vlad, Bo Bichette, and Teoscar Hernandez. That's about it for the stack. I mean, realistically, this video could be 2 minutes in and out, but there's a few things I want to give you here. When you go all the way over to Vlad Guerrero, his value and his tier projection, A+, zeros across the board for ISO, WOBA, K percentage, swinging strike rate, because he's never gone against Chichi Gonzalez, as I said. But as it stands right now, Vlad Guerrero, 253 average, 345 on base, slugging 455, 22 runs, 26 ribbies, 10 home runs, and 23 bases on balls here. So when we go over, let me bring up the DraftKings batter matchups in terms for Vlad, and you can see it a little bit more clear, if that makes sense. How much more clear could it get? 4,300, as I said, on DraftKings for Vlad Jr. And we look across here, his projection right now is about, to me, it's light. But again, can't tip all our cards or can't tip our hand here in the morning or early afternoon. But look at this one. Ownership percentage, 11.5. That's all well and good. Look at all these Toronto guys. They're perfectly priced given the size of the main slate. 12 games on the main here. And when we go down, we have the likes of, as I said, the White Sox are playing, Texas is playing, the Dodgers are playing at home against the Mets. So a lot of attention is going to be turned elsewhere in my mind. Call me crazy, but I think that we can get over with the Toronto, And when we go down, we'll go back to the Fanduel batter matchups. In fourth, as it stands now, it looks like Teoscar Hernandez is going to be batting fourth for the Blue Jays. We go here, A+. I mean, again, video could have been 2 minutes, right? We get in, we get out. Springer, Vlad, Bo Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, A and A. And look at Teoscar's projection, 12.6. Ownership on DraftKings, on FanDuel, 10.1. That's the only thing. It doesn't bug me, let's say, but you look at Springer, 9.7. Vlad is at 10.3, 11.8, and 10.1. That doesn't bug me, but they're in a good spot. And when we look at Teoscar's overall number so far this season, 210 average, that could be bumped up on base, 282, slugging 360. And he had his counting stats, nothing's crazy, 11 11 runs, 13 RBI, 3 home runs, and 1 stolen baser. So of these 4 guys, I don't necessarily think Teoscar Hernandez is going to be an afterthought, but if he goes yard tonight or he goes 3 for 5, something along those lines, you're going to want him in your lineup. And one guy I wanted to mention here, and nobody's really talking about him, but I will. We'll go back to the Fanduel batter matchups, or excuse me, DraftKings batter matchups, and I'll bring it up. It's Alejandro Kirk. As it stands right now, let's say they give George Springer the night off here. So you would skip out on the leadoff batter, who probably be, let me go down here. If it's not George Springer, who the heck is it going to be? So I would prefer 2 through 5. As I said, Bo, Vlad, Hernandez, and then Alejandro Kirk. As we look here, right-handed bat, projected at 5th in the order, and we go over here. He's a backup catcher. They have a bevy of catchers here in Toronto, like Danny Jensen. And let's scroll over here. Against Chichi Gonzalez, we know that. Ownership percentage, 5.4% on DraftKings at least. His value is in the toilet. His projection is about 8.29. So again, even if you wanted to toss out George Springer, if he's active or he's inactive, if you want to play him, that's up to you. I think he's going to not play tonight. That's just me. So then we can use, as I said, Bo, Vlad, Hernandez, and Alejandro Kirk. Let's go to the Fanduel Stacks tool briefly. Stacks tool here at Team Rise of Fall. And again, use promo code BEAST. You get $10 off, and you can kind of play along at home. Every team that plays tonight is here, and you can, from start to finish. Starts with Washington at the top here, and it goes all the way down. I believe Toronto second from the bottom with San Diego. So when we look at this thing with Toronto, at least, you got to love the idea that the salary and the projection all in the green as we do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Toronto to bring that up, so it's a nice one clean line here. They're projected to score about 5.69 runs here. To be fair, you were looking at this game, the over-under's at about 9.5. Personally, I think Toronto hangs 9 or 10 runs on their own. So when you look at the salary value here, 2.79 a player when you cut it down the middle. Their projection, however, is very nice at 113.26. And when we go over, like, range of outcomes is something, I'm starting to get used to that and using that to my advantage, or using that to broadcast to you here. But the range of outcomes, 15% and even 25%, it jumps down or goes down a little bit to 17.69, but it's still what I want in on. Let's go back to the study hub, and I'll get you the heck out of here, bring in my face, and we'll get you out of here on this Friday, June 3rd. Hey, and here we are. Thanks for being here. Once again, Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie. Make sure you go to the website, like, share, subscribe, and follow. Leave a comment. This week has been very beneficial to us as we're starting to use the tools more to our advantage, and to start to turn a page and open a page on maybe how to think differently when we're building our line. So until I see you again tomorrow for Saturday, June 4th, be good, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.